What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. I am joined as always by my best man, Mr. Sean Means. Sean, how's it going?
Never been better, Connor. How are you?
We're starting up top. We're going to say Sean feels great.
Oh, man. Oh, it's my look. Personally, vocally, never been better. Really ready to talk about an important film today.
You said to me you wanted to get the review done, right? You were like, I love Fantastic Four. I want to have a spoiler talk. But then you said that to me like out loud, and I thought, sounds bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a great delivery of a message. It was more of a death's door request to talk about the film.
You were in a coffin when you said it to me.
It was in a will. It was a handwritten by a quill will.
He just has Marvel Till I Die written in flowers.
Well, Connor, I gotta say, my views might surprise you this episode.
Okay, so if this is your first episode, you don't have to do anything. You can just chill out. But if it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share. Whatever way you can support the show, that would really help us out. We are currently looking for 200 5-star reviews on Spotify before the winter solstice.
Which is December 21st to 23rd, somewhere within that range.
We don't know, and to be honest, we're not going to research it.
And it could also be next winter solstice.
We never specified.
So fuck you.
Aggressive. So if you want to give us 5 stars and you haven't, that'd be absolutely great. It really helps with the algorithms and just getting it out to people, blah blah blah, all that usual shit. But more importantly, this episode is ad free, and the reason it's ad free, Sean, is because we have a Patreon that people can kind of head on over. And what do they get over there?
They get movie reviews, they get live stream hangouts, they get TV show reviews, whole bunch of extra content over there. Everyone who supports us, genuinely an absolute legend. And everyone who isn't already on the Patreon, Spotify's going to ask you a question at the end of this, and just say thank you, patrons, if you would, because they're the reason you don't have to listen to us selling mattresses, for example. And
I love mattresses.
I love mattresses. I sleep on one most nights, okay?
No, when he's not in his coffin, he sleeps in his mattress.
To be fair, if someone offered me the opportunity to sleep in a coffin, I probably would.
The bit with Milhouse's dad and the race car, you're like that, but with coffins.
Pretty good.
I've never seen a man more perfectly suited to sleeping in a coffin.
I'm a superstar at the coffin factory.
So, Sean, it's time. Also, there's a movie review that came out last month, Sean. And we reviewed Blade Trinity. We reviewed Blade Trinity. That was this month. The patrons get to choose what movie we review. So you get a choice of basically whatever movie. They've picked all the shit ones. So if you do join now, you kind of have to be nice, because we've already done Catwoman and Batman and Robin and Blade Trinity
and Power Rangers Turbo
and Power Rangers Turbo and Morbius, right? So we're out. Okay? It's done.
Craven is in there. Look.
Shut up, Sean.
There is the live grenade of Craven. It's already been submitted, so please don't submit it again.
I'm stopping the show if Craven gets picked. But Sean, speaking of different, I was going to say good movies, bad movies, a different movie that's not in the hat, not Patreon. We, a few weeks ago, did our Superman spoiler special.
Yes.
And I love when we do a spoiler special. I love when we do a movie review, because me and you go to see the movie separately, and we have a rule that we never bring it up in conversation until this exact moment.
Yes, and we also generally on the podcast, we leave it enough time that we can do full spoilers, because it's more interesting to talk full spoilers.
Yeah, you don't want to be tiptoeing around things, because some people might not have seen it, and you don't also want to be like, it came out yesterday, here's all the spoilers. I don't think that's a cool move.
You don't want to be Twitter about this whole thing.
So, Sean, I'm going to start off our Fantastic Four First Steps review as our Marvel boy, our Marvel fanboy. Sean, what do you think of this movie?
I want to say, I really wanted to enjoy this movie. I'm a big fan of Fantastic Four in the comics.
Yeah.
They mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
I did not care about anyone or anything that happened in this movie.
Fuck.
This movie is like if Superman and The Incredibles were combined, but both of those movies were a 2 out of 10.
And that is it for this week.
Which is the upset of the pod. Because I'm the Marvel boy.
You're the Marvel, and I'm going to surprise you, Sean.
Oh.
I had fun with it.
God damn. Okay, I had fun with it as a different thing.
I'm not going to say it's the best movie I've ever seen. The Incredibles is actually top 3 movies for me of all time. So
true. And also the Batman and Superman.
I've already seen the best Fantastic Four movie, but it's called The Incredibles, but it's different. But I will say that I watched this and I was like, there's some really good performances in this, 1. And 2, I think some of the bits are real fun. So, and it might just be because we watched the other 2 Fantastic Fours over on the Patreon, 2005 and Rise of the Silver Surfer, and Fan Forsake, we have also watched that one. So, low bar. But I actually was like, it's pretty good. Not bad.
There is some good performances. Production design out the wazoo. That's the best thing about this movie. Yes. He's so happy.
I think, like, there's obviously some things that I didn't like. There's one major thing is the fact that this movie has clearly been edited to the point of just, like, I suppose there's ways to look at it, because sometimes we look at a movie and say, that runs at a clip. Edited perfectly. A perfectly edited movie.
There's an exact... Okay, finish your thought, and then I have an exact quote that I gave after this movie.
Okay, so sometimes it runs at a clip. You got but this is like bare bones, not... So Pirates of the Caribbean 1, Sean, is a movie that is perfectly edited. That movie has no meat, not a bit of fat on it. We start from A and we fucking sprint until the end. This one has that. But there's also, I came out of it and I was also like, oh, I wish I had more. I wanted more. Like, Ben Grimm doesn't have anything really to do. There's a whole story with him in a street and, like, all that stuff. And that's never really explored.
I walked out of the cinema and I said to my fiancée, I said, it runs at a clip, genuine quote, runs at a clip, but it doesn't know where it's going.
It runs full pace in a direction.
But it's just weaving the whole time. But, like, there's this... Because it's edited down to the point that there's so much... It's somehow unnecessary, a lot of the things that they...
Which is the opposite of what we normally say. Normally, we're like, the big Marvel movies, they're too long. They're 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Even a movie like The Batman, where, like, you could cut 15 minutes out of that. Because he kind of learns that his parents were scummy twice in that movie.
I wouldn't cut it though. Everything's perfect. I wouldn't touch anything about it.
We found Connor's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, no, I would specifically cut one scene that involves an Irishman.
Well, there's 2 minutes saved right there.
There's 2 minutes now. You're already at 2 hours and 56 minutes.
But, like, they got rid of John Malkovich, which is a very weird, like... Because he originally played Red Ghost. He's in the trailers for this movie.
Yes, true. And
he's just completely cut out. His super apes are in there.
Yeah, because that's, I'm assuming, at the start we get the big exposition dump, which...
We're told why we should like them.
I think we're going to actually disagree, because I was like, that was pretty fun. That's a way to do it. Because you know what it reminds me of? It's the star of The Incredibles. It's the first 15 minutes of The Incredibles.
And this is why I think you might be a little more up for this.
Because I was like, I'm watching The Incredibles. Great. I love The Incredibles.
Live action Incredibles. Unreal.
Like a worse version, but I'm like, that's fine. You're not Brad Bird. That's cool.
I think this movie is made for people who read Wikipedia pages before a movie comes out.
Fucking hell.
There's a load of shit that they're just say it. And you should like it because of that. But I don't give a fuck what anyone does in this movie.
This is so funny. You weren't this harsh on Thor Love and Thunder, I don't think.
I was quite harsh on Thor Love and Thunder.
Is it because you're more personally connected?
I had an idea for what... Yes, fully. And this is my fault. And if you enjoyed this movie, I'm really glad.
Yeah.
Because it, like, on
you
paper...
You can join me.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not gonna.
In the Loserville.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I knew what he was gonna say.
So, like, this movie. I had an idea of what it was in my head, and I had an idea of how it could work with what we've already been given in what has been established as a narrative for where they're going to end up in the next couple of films.
Okay.
And I was deeply unsatisfied by the climax of this movie.
Maybe I came in with a dumber mindset, and I was like, I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was like, I'm here for 2 hours. I'm watching this in like a bubble. Is this a Fantastic Four thing that I would like to see? So yeah. I went in. I want to ask you a question. How did you feel about the team then?
Okay. Vanessa Kirby, great, Invisible.
I think Vanessa Kirby is one of the best comic book castings of all time.
I think she's 100%. She's one. I don't think you could do better currently.
I think that is Sue Storm. They've just lifted Sue Storm from a comic book.
Yes. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. He does a good job. I didn't expect a lot from him going into it because I haven't seen him in enough stuff, really. He does a good job. Johnny Storm gets a lot of agency in this movie that he didn't get in a lot of Fantastic Four comics. He's gotten it more in recent years.
Yeah. Also, Joseph Quinn has to follow the fact that it was Chris Evans and then Michael B. Jordan were the other two.
The biggest, the handsomest poison chalice anyone's ever been given.
That's the most charismatic poison chalice.
But he's also, he's smart in this movie. He's not just the fucking
I really love that. Love
rock
that.
Boy. Him figuring out the language, a really great scene. I'm not going to take that away. Ibn Moss Backrack as the Thing.
We're leaving somebody out. I know we're coming back.
we're coming back around. Coming back around.
Go on.
Love the Thing. Love the portrayal of the Thing in this movie. There's some weird choices made with the Thing, and there's not enough given to... They introduce Yancey Street, which means nothing unless you know Ben Grimm as a character already. And how
they also introduce Natasha Lyonne's character.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she's in it for maybe 35 seconds, but it's like...
She's got 3 scenes, maybe?
Yeah. And now, like...
They touch on his Jewishness, but they don't really commit to it.
I think the Thing systematically always is the one that gets shafted in all of these movies, and I think it's just because, look, we love chickless, right? We're chickless.
We're big chickheads, as we've often said.
Chickheads, as we've always said, right? But I think it's actually, he's too nice. I think Ben Grimm is too nice. I think he always gets forgotten. The big rock man gets forgotten in the drama.
And it's sad because he's one of the best portrayals of a comic book character in this movie. Like, he's the best version of the Thing in live action we've gotten, for sure. Yeah. I like how normalised he is. I like that this isn't an origin story as well.
Actually, I think that really helps it.
It really does. But then, so like those 3, I really like.
Are we going to get to Pedro Pascal?
Pedro Pascal, look. He's a very nice man. I enjoy him a lot.
Yeah.
Anytime Reid Richards was on screen, I could see Pedro Pascal reading what he was told to read. Which is not a slight on Pedro Pascal. I think Reid Richards is miswritten in this movie.
I think what you're actually trying to say is Reid Richards is too nice.
He is too nice, though.
He would have 100% given up that baby. Like, without thinking.
Here's the thing. That should be the conflict. Okay? Because
the minute I was watching it, I was like, Pedro, you're too nice. Because I know. I've read comic books. Mr. Fantastic's given up that baby without even thinking.
Just in terms of portrayal of a character, that discussion where they're at the board and Sue realises that they have to use Franklin as bait. That, like... Mr. Fantastic should not be hesitant about that decision. Yeah, he should be like, this is what we'll do. Because he should be so sure of the plan that he knows Franklin isn't really in danger.
Okay, so that's interesting because I I liked Pedro as Reid, right? Now,
it's nice to like someone.
I'm going to say so. I liked Pedro as this version of Reid. Maybe is a better way to say that.
That's
okay?
Yes. Oh, yes. In this universe, that particular version.
In this universe that they've created, I'm like, oh, we've nice boy Reid Richards. I'm okay with that. It makes Victor Von Doom an even bigger dickhead. Great.
Oh, we'll
right?
get to that.
We'll get to that. But I don't mind that. I think Pedro is really good. I love him with Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. What a major strength, and I think you might disagree with this, but I think a major strength in this movie is their interactions with each other. The four of them. The interactions, I think, is really good.
It's good. The family dynamic is good in it. I don't think
For example, the bit with Johnny when he's like has the helmet on and he's like trying to talk about the language and they're all slagging him, like they're all like taking the piss out of him, and then he goes into his bedroom like sulking, and then Sue comes after him like his sister, and it's like, I know I was taking the piss out of you, but like, what were you talking about with the? I was like, oh, that's a brother sister. Like, she's gonna take the piss out of him, and then like go in and go, yeah, look, what were you talking about? Let's have a chat.
That is good, but like, yeah, okay. So they feel closer than the Avengers ever felt, for example. Like they do feel like a family. I just don't think. Like that's reflected in the small scenes, but I don't get it in the fights or anything like that.
Interesting.
Aside from the fact that you do the fake out kill of Sue Storm at the end.
That is the worst part of the entire movie, but it's
ridiculous.
The last act I don't think is very strong. That's not the be all and end all of a movie, because I would say the Superman last act is also not very strong. If we're going to compare.
Yeah, of course. And both films have a miraculous evacuation of New York over the course of about 4 hours.
Makes no sense. Right? It's ridiculous, right? But I think we came in strongly against Superman. We were like, Superman is a great movie. It's like you got an amazing comic book writer. I'm not going to re-review Superman, but Superman, the way I look at it is you get this amazing comic writer, you get amazing artists in, and then you give them a plot that's like a 6 out of 10. You're like, everything here is perfect except for the thing that Superman's doing.
And look, that's most comics.
Yes, so that's nearly all of Spider-Man comics. So.
MJ broke up with Paul recently.
Oh, great. Fantastic.
Spoilers for Spider-Man comics.
Everyone hates fucking Paul. But with this one, I was like, I was kind of all in terms of like, I'm with the team. The reason why I was like, it's cut to death is because, and it's quite clear in the movie, each individual duo gets like a little scene, right? Yeah. Builds them up. So you got the Sue and Johnny scene, but it's like each individual like combination could possibly have. I would say Reid and Johnny get like a little scene, but Reid and Ben have a nice scene. Reid and Sue get lots of scenes. Yeah, Reid and Ben's scene is really nice. And Ben and Johnny have a much better dynamic than Chiklis and Evans. I'm not even going to talk about
that one scene in the bar in the second Fantastic Four movie.
True, that is absolutely correct. But I would say, they have a lot better connection than like they're taking the piss out of each other. But in the old movies, it was like mean-spirited.
They actively disliked each other and then sometimes liked each other.
Yeah, whereas this one, it seems like they're just taking the piss out of each other.
Like, they act like brothers.
There's like, you look like a fucking idiot. Or the best bit with the beard, when he's like, hey, it looks good. Really?
Yeah.
Does it really look good?
This is a weird complaint, right?
I actually don't really like the beard.
I don't like the beard. I don't know why they included the beard as a bit.
Makes no sense.
The only time the Thing has a beard, and it's also a very difficult character name for me to say with my accent.
Yeah.
Only time the Thing has a beard is in the future, because the Thing only ages for like 1 week per year.
You're telling me that Thing is shaving every single day.
Here's the thing.
Here is the thing.
I think that was put into the marketing to make people think that Ben would get time locked in some dimension for a while and come back with a beard. But apparently that's just a normal thing that happens. But that also, power scaling wise, really weakens the Thing. Because the reason he has a beard in the future is he can't shave. Because his rock form is basically indestructible.
See, the thing, Sean, is that it's all comic books.
I know. But it's just a really weird weakening of a character for no reason.
I think this might be the first time in a long time, sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
You've come in with a lot of spirit and a lot of heart.
Yeah.
And it hasn't lived up to your beautiful heart moments.
I had such plans for this movie, folks. And again, if you like it, that's perfectly fine.
What are we going to say?
Okay, also, one, I don't get to be a hater very often.
Yeah, I love this new version, please.
So, that's like a weakening of the thing, right? In terms of weakening of characters, can we talk about Galactus for a second?
Yeah, we can talk about Galactus, yeah.
So, love the voice,
yeah.
Love the performance by Ralph Ineson.
That was actually the time when it does a close-up of him in the last act. I was like, that's the guy from The Office. Big purple head in him.
He's not purple enough either. It's a very safe Galactus design.
Oh, would you ever stop? Come on.
He gets tricked like a fucking dumb idiot in this movie.
Like a dum-dum.
They're trying to walk him into a big portal in the middle of fucking Times Square.
It was nice of them to put the red tape on the ground.
Yeah,
good.
So he knows exactly where not to cross. Like, what are they? It's cheese under a big box is what they're trying to do.
So, what would you like? Galactus should just show up and just kill the planet and game over?
They should lose in this movie.
I will say the thing that the movie to me kind of lost me on was the fact that they don't lose anything, that everything is fine.
Everything is fine. After one speech to a ravenous crowd.
Which, okay, you can look at it two ways. One, this is a new world, so it's 828, which is actually Jack Kirby's birthday, which is a nice little touch.
Really nice. Like that.
So it's Earth 828, and it's set in like 1964. But the point is that Galactus is like, you give me your baby, I won't kill Earth, we'll call it even. Fantastic Four are like, no, I'm not doing that. So then they get back to Earth. Everyone hates them, rightfully, because you'd be like, hey, come on. Like, it's 1 for 7 billion. But that's actually a really good, I love that, I'm not going to say consequence, situation. Like,
yeah, and that goes back to, like, remember Cap in Infinity War was like, we don't trade lives.
Yeah, like, you have a really interesting dynamic there. That's really, really good. And then when Sue comes out, and look, Vanessa Kirby, as you said, probably one of the best comic book castings of all time. When she comes out and does her speech, and everyone's like, okay, cool.
You're all right.
I was like, as I said, there's two ways to look at it. One, you'd be like, that would never happen. That's ridiculous. Of course they wouldn't think that. But two, you could say, well, this is a completely different Earth, and maybe this Earth is full of nicer people. And they actually will accept that.
That's true. And I will say, a lesser actor giving that speech, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, you tune it.
It works as Vanessa Kirby delivering it. The Vanessa
Kirby. Sue Storm's here.
Appreciate
She's going to talk sense.
She's going to talk sense into us. But the thing with this movie is, I think they should lose, but also, and here's my little crackpot theory. And this is the part of the show where we just say things.
Please.
Where it could happen. Is that they should lose in this movie. And as is suggested at some point in this movie, they should run away with Franklin. The four of them and Franklin leave. They let Galactus eat their Earth. Then using the teleporter, they end up in the main MCU. And they arrive there. They know they're, in their minds, cowards and failed. But in the eyes of everyone who receives them and who meets them, they're heroes from another world. And then it's the conflict of that coming out.
I do think... look, if we're not going to rewrite the movie, but I
will give me some time.
Well, there was actually 4 screenplay writers on it, so fair play to the lads. But I think they should have lost. But I would have loved a situation where Reid is continuously coming up with plans. So it starts, they go to Galactus.
He's always reacting.
And he's constantly, so he's like, then we lower him in. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, I've got a plan B. Okay, I've got a plan C. But every single plan, the area is getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Until like what you save gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Until it's like, oh, we can't stop him without giving up Franklin. Like, they will look for every situation, and then, as you said, there has to be a moment where Reid makes the decision. Yeah, because Reid is a psychopath.
But also, I feel like that suits this version of Reid Richards, who is much more of a family man.
Yeah,
it's like at the end of the day, he just needs the family.
And also, I think they would work really well, especially with the great scene with him and Franklin, when he's like, I'm fucked up, man. Like, you are a much better person than me. There's something wrong with me. It's completely crazy. Which in this version of Reid, I was like, don't be so hard on yourself. I've seen way worse versions of you.
Literally every other version of Reid.
I'm no bastard Reid Richards. You're lovely, right?
There is also the option of Galactus takes Franklin.
I don't like that as much. I think I do. To me, the way I would have done it is the area gets smaller and smaller and smaller until Reid basically says, okay, plan F is we get us 5. Fantastic. This fantastic plan that I've come up with is us 5 get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And we just leave and just see what happens. And then that's where they just he doesn't even know where they're teleporting to using the thing, but they're just like, we're just going to get out of here.
Yeah. Because I don't know how this now ties into the end of Thunderbolts. Which is a weird complaint for a stand-alone movie. But the fact that we know this has to tie into something.
I think, though, that it has continued a trend. And look, you probably disagree. But like with Thunderbolts and then this, I think like they're never going to recapture the whole magic of whatever they're doing, right? And this isn't doing that well in the cinemas, but I think that just kind of comes down to the fact that if you are going to have an Ant-Man and like an Ant-Man versus Kang movie and Thor Love and Thunder movie and like back to back to back, people will eventually stop going to see those movies.
Yeah, if people are continually unsatisfied, they will stop going to you for satisfaction.
And also, it's just magic in a bottle. Like, you can't do anything about it. Like, nobody does 24 movies in a row that leads up to like this big moment in the cinema.
It's a miracle they got what they did.
It's a fucking miracle. In a comic book run, if you got 24 issues and the 25th issue blows it all off in the most perfect way ever, and everyone is still locked in on the 25th issue since issue 1, that is a miracle, and that is a crazy idea.
And that is the thing, and people talk about those, and those are held in high regard for years. Meanwhile, there's a bunch of throwing shit at the wall that happens in the background.
Right? So they're never going to recapture that. But I do like the thing that they're doing where you have the Thunderbolts movie. I think that movie is good. I just think that's a good movie on its own. And I think this movie, as even if Sean disagrees, to me, I think it's good. I think it's a good movie on its own, right? So you got 2 individual good movies, and never in my mind was like, how do they connect? I was like, I don't care. I'm tuning that bit out anymore. I'm just like, okay, you've done 2 good ones.
That's fair, but also watching it, I know there's a big reset coming up.
Yeah, that's kind of a bit of an issue. So it's tough to
get invested in any of the drama or any of the character motivations or anything like that. Just while I think of it, really like Shalabal as Silver Surfer. Fucking kills it.
Julia Garner really good in the role, and I completely understand why they went with the female Silver Surfer, only because like then, especially when they went back to her planet, I thought they would cast what's Silver Surfer's actual name?
Norrin Rad.
I thought they would cast him there, but then you also get into the problem of who do you cast, because then it was like, who's going to be Silver Surfer, the male one in the other universe, and blah blah blah.
Who's the most jacked bald man we have?
Yeah. Chickless. Get Chickless in.
Chickless for Surfer. Get it trending.
Hashtag Chickless for Surfer. Right? He needs to work. Put him in a big silver muscly suit for no reason.
Oh yeah, no, don't paint him or anything.
Get the exact Ting suit from 2005, paint that silver and put it back on him.
He'll love it, guys, trust me.
No, I understand why they didn't do any of that stuff. I think she's fucking fantastic. I think that her speech at the start is so good.
Where all the screens change to the recordings of her planet.
Yeah, just I think that's all really good stuff. I think I would probably prefer more. I don't think we got enough. But I think that about everybody in this movie, like every single interaction, like especially like her and Galactus, you only ever see for maybe 30 seconds maybe on the screen together when they're having that chat after the Fantastic Four get out of there. But all those dynamics, like her and Johnny, I think that's a really good dynamic.
This is the thing. I think there's a lot of good scenes in this movie. I just think it doesn't tie together for me.
What was interesting, what I felt through this whole movie was it kept giving me ideas that I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. Oh, that's a really good idea. Oh, that's a really good. But it never went past like halfway. They were like, what about this? What about this? I'm like, these are all fucking great. I mean, let's finish one of them. Let's fucking go.
Let's follow a story point for no reason at all.
I was like, let's keep going. Like, if you want to do loads of scenes of building up all these relationships, I'd love that. Like, I think the strongest parts of this entire movie are the bits when the family are interacting with each other. When they're all just talking. I'm like, I want to see more of this.
I love the bit where they're Sue is in labour. And they're piloting the ship, and they're all taking on different roles at different times.
I think, and the entire bit with Galactus, that entire second act, is the strongest part of the movie. Now, the VFX on his planet looks bad.
Look, I know the volume when I see the volume.
I know the volume when I see it. But simultaneously, Superman has the same problem, so we can't do one and not the other. It's the same thing, right? They're just in a different universe, blah, blah, blah. They're in space, right? And so they're there. There's a really good scene. I think it's excellent how that entire thing builds up. And then the escape part is the best part of the entire movie. I think it's probably the best scene Fantastic Four have ever been involved in, because it's literally just a comic book thing come to life.
I kind of wish that was just like a 20 or 30 minute short, you know? And like, that's just what
because you're completely right. Like they all take on different roles. You have Sue, who is like making the ship invisible, but she's obviously going through her own thing. So she's a bit busy.
She's complaining about something.
Whinging. Apparently there's a demon child in her. I don't know about that.
Everyone just knowing Ben is the most competent pilot, and the trust in Ben the whole time.
And Reid immediately goes, Ben, get us out of here. Because even Reid's like, I'm not the best. This guy's the best, right? But even the bit with Johnny when he's like firing the shot and he's like trying to work it around the black hole and blah, and like he can't get it, and him and Ben are having an argument, but then when he does get it, they turn around,
they're like, both cheering. It's great
because they're like, because they're they're literally brothers. They're like, in that moment, they're like, we fucking did it. Yes.
It's like two brothers in their favourite team just scored a goal is what happens in that moment.
And like, I think that genuinely, I had a big smile on my face throughout that entire part. I was like, this is a fucking great scene.
It was quite distressing as well. I mean, I wouldn't be smiling, but
I'm stressed. I was sweating.
And and then Mr. Fantastic, like, stabilising himself, and then Sue using his bendy powers. However, he's not stretchy enough in this film.
This is my new favourite thing, right? Only about this movie is that, like, I'm like, on a whole, pretty good. And you were like, yeah, but really, really minuscule stuff, he's not stretchy enough.
Look, Kamala
like
Khan.
The bit where Galactus stretches him out like a little play. That's pretty good.
He should have gone really far. He goes like 12 feet. What are we doing?
He should have went around the world.
Yeah. Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan is doing like the big hands and the big stretches and stuff like that. Reid should be doing that shit. He stretches on his blackboard.
He could run. That's the way it should go.
He should be wrapping around Galactus's legs.
Oh, lad.
Do you know what? The big dumb trick where they try and lure Galactus into a very obvious teleporter after they destroyed 90 other teleporters around the world.
Why did the Silver Surfer not destroy that one?
They were intercepted, weren't they?
Oh yeah, Johnny came in. Yeah, Johnny
right
came
before
in.
the end. Reid should be stretched along like a big tripwire.
Yeah, and trip him into it.
Trip him into it. That's how it should go down.
Because that's a scene in The Incredibles. You should do that.
Oh, fuck, it is a scene in The Incredibles.
It's literally a scene in The Incredibles. That's why they can't do it.
Like, he should be like Elastigirl levels of stretchy.
Well, the end of The Incredibles is there's a big robot man that comes and starts destroying the city, and they have to work together to stop him.
Fuck, this really is The Incredibles, isn't it? There's even a baby born with ridiculous powers.
They are carrying a baby at the time as well.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. You just made worse Incredibles.
Syndrome steals the baby.
There's even Mole Man, the Underminer.
Oh, amazing. So
Paul Walter Hauser in this movie as Mole Man. Again, perfect comic book casting.
That actually annoyed me. That's the one part, because I was like, I love this. This is so good that they're doing the Mole Man stuff. And like the bit at the end when he shows up and they have to... That is one of the times when I was like, oh, this has been edited to shit. Because there was clearly a much longer Mole Man scene that we had like that built-in thing, so that when he shows up, when he starts like riffing off Reid and Johnny and they have like a dynamic, I'm like, I've never seen you together. I don't know what the dynamic here is.
The dynamic here. But that's my favourite line in this movie comes from Mole Man. And it's when he looks at Johnny Storm and he says, "Cheer up, Johnny, I didn't dress you." It's just fucking... It's so fucking direct and harsh.
That's a proper Irish old man who was with a friend in the pub.
And it's 100% improv.
Your hair's like as you arrive on a motorbike. That kind of stuff. That's what we need.
You come in, like say you rush somewhere and you're sweating. It's like, oh, did you swim? Like that kind of shit.
Did you do your makeup on a trampoline, did you?
Bulb gone in the house, is it?
No, the best one I ever heard was there was soap on TV, right? And there was a character with very big teeth. Now this is years and years ago, right?
Right.
And it was an interview with this like kid, right? And he has big teeth. And you know, like a child, his face has not grown into the rest of him.
Yeah. He'll grow around his teeth at some point.
Someone once said to me, "Jays, you wouldn't give him a lend or a bite of your apple, would you?" Such a fucking stupid thing to say.
I heard like someone with a lazy eye, and someone said, "He's one eye looking at you, one eye looking for you."
Yeah, like I mean, it's probably worldwide, but like in Ireland, that's the sign of great respect.
Oh yeah, that means you're good friends at that point.
Yeah, like if a lad walks in and goes, "This lad's a fucking murderer," he's like, "He's my best friend."
Just let anyone in here. But like I want more of the Mole Man stuff. I want more of the Red Ghost stuff. There's a bit where Reid just starts pointing at places in New York City and being like, "That's where Puppet Master is." Yes. And I'm like, show me that stuff.
When he's like, "Oh, I solved all of crime. It's just a few little..." I was like, that's great. Let's show me that.
Let's do any of that, you know? I get we're trying to speed run the end of the world. You're telling me
the guy who came up with that plan, one, didn't sacrifice his baby to save the world, and two, also didn't stretch out to trip up Galactus into his big little portal.
He should be more stretchy. I don't think that's an uncontroversial
He needs to stretch across the street to trip him up. Lads, it was already done in a movie.
Like, he does a bit of stretching to clamber between some debris.
Like, I just wanted to stand in a little alleyway, and there's a little other alleyway on the far side of the street, and Galactus is walking down, and he stretches across. Galactus falls over, and then Johnny starts punching.
More casual use of the powers. There's that bit where all the power goes out, and Johnny just like lights up. Yeah. And now you can see, that's a really cool bit.
Really love the bit when Johnny puts out all the fires by attracting all the flames to himself. Also excellent
stuff. Sue making her stomach invisible.
Such a good idea.
So good.
My God.
It inspired is what it is.
Yeah. That's what's more annoying about it, because I was like, oh my God, there's so many things here. I'm like, this is excellent. This is so good. But it never... the last act I don't think is good, but but I'm like, these are so many cool things that you're doing. I think it comes down to the fact, and I mentioned it a little bit in the Superman thing, and I'm sorry for mentioning Superman a lot, but they came out 2 weeks apart, and there was a whole thing of like they're up against each other. There's a whole lot of
overlap as well in terms of
there's actually a weird amount of overlap. The vibe I get from this is Marvel were like, this can't fail, right?
Yeah.
Like, the vibe was that we have got to make this right. I got the same vibe with James Gunn and Superman, where he's like, I said it on the review, I was like, we're not going to go full James Gunn, because we need an 8 out of 10 minimum, right? And if we do full James Gunn, I think that's fun. It's Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, but we need to please everybody, right? So,
we need the broadest appeal possible.
We need the broadest appeal, but with the James Gunn vibe, right? With this, I got the same where they were like, this just has to work, so we can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
And I also think that the bar was so incredibly low with the previous movies that I'm like, yeah, this is really good. I never got to see the Fantastic Four on screen, like literal, like comic book Fantastic Four. So when they started acting like their characters, I was like, oh, cool, this is pretty good.
Yeah, like, and it is. I think going a different universe was the move.
Oh, way better move. Yeah, perfect move.
Really glad it wasn't the John Krasinski Fantastic Four.
True. I think this was the best way you could have done this movie in terms of setting. In terms of plot, I would have changed, obviously, the fact that I completely agree. I think they should have lost. I think the movie, although maybe they don't want to end the big fucking this can't fail movie on the introduction of the heroes failing, and for the first time.
Infinity War was a big important movie that couldn't fail.
True, that is actually their best movie, and they lose.
Because how often do you see the heroes fail?
And I think there's something really heartwarming about, especially this Reid, trying continuously different plans.
Yeah, I love your idea that he is always like, okay, let's do the next one, but every time what you can salvage gets lower and lower.
Until it's like, we can only just do the 5 of us. We can just get out of here.
Yeah, and then you do the life raft thing, and then you're leading into...
Then it literally swaps the choice. It becomes, it's either everybody or we save Franklin. We either we can't save everybody, so we just have to save Franklin. I don't even care about the other 4.
Yeah, like that's it, because that's all we're left with. We cannot save everybody.
Yeah,
but
so now
we can save the 5 of us.
But Galactus is going to kill Frank. Well, he's not going to kill him, but he's going to take him away. So we need to just then take Franklin ourselves.
This is my thing as well, is that the introduction of Franklin Richards, that only makes sense in the movie, I think, if you already know about Franklin Richards.
Or Jack.
Or Jack. It's a very cyclical thing, you know, because Incredibles came out after Fantastic Four
I have a question for you. Is the idea of creating a character who is only a baby now, so he has the power cosmic and all that stuff, and he hasn't even tapped into it yet, right?
No.
But is it a bold strategy when you're already on the ropes in terms of creating stakes to create a character that can bring people back to life?
This is the thing. Because why can't, then just solve every problem, why don't you? You know? And I thought this is the way they could have done it. Again, this is me rewriting a film that people were paid to write. But Franklin, and we've discussed this on Hero or Zero over the course of the years, Franklin has a sister named Valeria Richards.
Yes.
If you wanted to speedrun some stuff, Sue is pregnant with Franklin. They go up to space. Galactus, cosmic shit happens. Suddenly she's now pregnant with twins. Because Franklin took his gifted intelligence and created another person to do that because he knew that would be
needed. You're getting into Dune vibes.
Maybe a little bit. But and this is something that my fiance brought up to me. It's very possible that they're giving all of Valeria Richards' role in Secret Wars to Franklin Richards.
Yeah.
Because Doom now has an interest in Reid and Sue's child at the end of this movie. Which is, he does not give a shit about Franklin, but he really loves Valeria Richards.
That's the gag. The gag is that he doesn't care about the one that's a god.
Yeah, no. He likes Valeria because she's smart. And he's her godfather.
Yeah. If you don't know yet, there are 2 children in the comic books, and Dr. Doom, played by RDJ now. You know, Iron Man?
That end credits works so much better if we don't already fucking know who it is.
Yes. It's so funny. Because, the minute I seen it, I was like, oh, he's here. But like, I should be like, oh, Doom's here. He's one of my favourite characters.
I should be excited, not exacerbated.
I assume he's just going to be like, he's just going to be a different version of Iron Man who grew up in Earth 282 and then he turned into Doom or something. I don't know. Or he's Tony Stark, but he grew up in Latveria.
Yeah, and they're also not doing big scarred face, which there is a possibility to do one scar and Doom sees that as a flaw.
I love a Doom that has no scars, but like one minor thing that he thinks makes him hideous.
I do enjoy that. But also, he shouldn't be taking off the mask for a child at that point.
Well, he shouldn't take the mask off for anybody.
He never takes the mask off. Yeah. Doom should never take the mask off.
Because it's hideous. He has that one little blemish.
Yeah. We ideally in an ideal world, right? And I know the Secret Wars comics, which I love, and I've done a report on. Like, ideally, you never see Doom without the mask because it's way more interesting in your mind what you can come up with.
Yeah, like your imagination is always way better.
Yeah, so he should just be this force of nature. I ideally would love to not know the actor who plays Doom, but I know that's not possible.
Yeah, because there's going to be on-set releases and all that kind of stuff. I think this movie has some funny bits, is what I would say. The bit at the end with the car seat really made me laugh. With the three of them trying to put the car seat in. That's just classic Marvel stuff.
I thought that went on for too long.
No, I was into it.
Okay, fair.
I was like, that is funny. There was maybe one cut back to Sue too many. I'll give you that. But I was like, I like the premise. And then the bit at the end when Johnny turns around and gives a big thumbs up, I'm like, yeah, that's Johnny Storm.
That is Johnny Storm. I do like that. Also, I do like it's not a funny moment. I like the Johnny Storm sacrifice. Or attempted sacrifice. Because
he's like, throughout this entire movie, he's the hero. He's like, I'm gonna be the big hero. I can do this. Even the bit with like Franklin, originally with Galactus, is like, take me. Like, forget about him. Don't leave the baby alone. Take me. And she's like, well, I'm not interested in you. Like, you're not a god.
Yeah, and like, because lore-wise, Franklin is meant to go into the next version of the universe and become basically a Galactus. So Johnny can't do that, but I like that he offers.
Of course, I think this is the best Johnny Storm.
It is the best Johnny Storm. I like a Johnny Storm, not that has a death wish, but is always ready to give his life. Because he does on multiple occasions.
This Johnny does a perfect balancing act of he's the butt of the joke for a lot of it, but it's not that he's dumb. He's the butt of the joke because he's surrounded by three of the smartest people on the planet, and he's also incredibly smart and like knows his stuff. But like, I mean, his brother-in-law is Reid Richards and his sister is Sue, so he's like, they laugh at him.
I like that he's good at different stuff though. Like, he's the language guy. Is a really cool idea for Johnny Storm.
Yeah, and I think, and I'm going to say fan forced it, kind of, we're like, what if we gave Johnny Storm, like, he's the car guy, and he's got, like, this other personality stuff, and obviously that was terrible, but, like, someone came up with one good idea once. They were like, what if they had different personalities? Because I think in the original one, with, like, Chris Evans and all, and they're all just kind of the same, like, It's Reid is the smart one, and everyone else is like, they're fine.
Reid is smart, Ben is strong, Sue is like socially aware, and Johnny is confident.
But yeah, not smart. Like,
not smart.
And whereas in this one, I think this is a really good, like, between across the board. That like they actually kind of, and we talked about, they dim Reid down, so they kind of nerf him a little bit because Reid should be like the smartest person on the planet, and he is. But they make everybody else better, and I actually really enjoy that.
It is. It's more pleasing to watch. However, and this is my thing, and this is a Fantastic Four thing that everyone in this movie has the same level of emotional intelligence.
You're looking for an idiot, is what you're looking for.
No. No, I don't want an idiot. I don't want any idiot on the team. They're all incredibly capable. It's the emotional intelligence of they're all very considerate of each other's feelings.
Yeah.
And Reid should be great in most aspects, apart from that. That's his flaw. No,
once again, though, they do kind of touch on it, and that's my response to most things.
They kind of touch on it, but he feels bad about it for a
He doesn't build the crib for a little bit, and then he builds it, so there you go. The idea of by the way,
Reid is logic and Sue is like emotional development. Really.
Reid, the idea that Reid Richards is so obsessed with trying to solve every problem that baby could encounter that he doesn't build a crib is an incredible idea for Reid Richards, but they don't follow through. The robot should be built. Herbie should build that bed, right?
Yeah.
Sue doesn't know about it. He just gets Herbie to build it.
Yeah, Reid won't do manual labour if he does not have to.
Like, and we're not trying to make Reid a bastard, but we are kind of trying to make him a bastard.
There's versions of him where he's a doting, loving father, and there's versions of him where he's an emotionally distant person who knows he should do better, and that's far more interesting.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is. I do agree with you, though, because, like, I enjoy a Reid who is just a dickhead, but also he's the guy you call if you're in trouble. Like, he has the solution to your problem.
He's a problem solver, but he also creates a bunch of problems by being himself.
And the other three should be... I think it works if the other three are just as emotionally intelligent as they are in this movie.
Yeah, they can all be... Yeah, they're really well-rounded and everything like that. And Reid is mostly well-rounded, but there's this big dip because he's governed by logic.
Reid should be a 10 in everything except for emotional intelligence, and everyone else is an 8 across the board.
Yeah. And a 10 in emotional intelligence, for example. And that's where it comes, and it balances out, and that's where conflict comes from.
Yeah,
the bit where they're trying to make a plan and Reid says, I don't know. That doesn't really carry any weight in this movie. Because we've not seen him make a ruthless choice so far.
Yeah.
He should have to do something awful.
Or the bit, I want him to kill somebody.
I want him to kill an innocent man.
I want him to... Yeah, we just come past him. He's just beating up a random dude just for no reason.
I don't know. There should have been an incursion and he decided to destroy an Earth or something.
I think, they probably should have done more to the bit when he's like constantly helping people, like talking, and is the smartest person on the planet. Because they do tell us he's the smartest person on the planet in the big exposition thing and blah, blah, blah. Show. Yeah, but I wanted like multiple times where he just solves problems. And actually Sue is the one that goes to the UN and like solves all the world's problems and everyone loves her. And Reid is just like, doesn't solve anything. But then when they do come back from space and he's like, Galactus wanted a price that was too high, and there is the baby. What are we going to do? I don't know. It would hit a lot harder if he had solved every fucking problem up until that point.
If he was always the answers guy. And this is the one time, because he's now a father, where he's governed by emotion. Yeah,
he should be ruthless, as you were saying, like with loads of other decisions throughout the entire movie.
It's like, look, this sucks, but it's ultimately the best thing to do.
I think when Silver Surfer shows up, he should say to Johnny, I think we kill her. I think we stab her to death.
No, he should fully be like eliminate
find her
threat.
And nuke her in space.
Like, I don't think... I think Reid Richards is my biggest disappointment in this movie.
Pedro Pascal's giving it, though, on that scene when Sue dies. He's fucking giving it all he has. And I'm like, this is good acting, Pedro.
But no one believes that Sue Storm is going to die in the first time we see Sue.
Sue is the best part of the entire team. It would be mental to kill her.
I don't understand it at all as a decision.
I think the Sue death thing is terrible. I think it does the worst of both worlds in that you get to make the audience think that you're fridging her to make the other three lads sad because the woman has to die, but then simultaneously you bring her back to life and now you're like, oh, everyone's alive. Everyone can just survive death now, so the baby's here, so it's grand.
I think, look, I think
why
she's
write
going to die.
yourself into that hole, I suppose, is the question.
Yeah, like, but also you have Franklin Richards, who when he turns 4, or whatever he is at the end of this movie, can decide that he wants his mother back. And then you just bring her back that way.
No, that's just as bad.
It's just as bad. That's Batman versus or fucking Justice League or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But like, we've already established, and again, because we know about Franklin Richards, I don't know if that colours the danger that they're in.
Mm.
But Franklin can do anything.
Yeah, like he's literal God. Like, he could just, if he wanted to, he could just, like, disappear everybody, except for them 5.
And it is kind of interesting that the baby wants its mother. That's that's the resolution of the Sue death.
Mm.
But Franklin, like, from the time he's 2 or 3,
actually, that scene does work a lot better if it's Reid. Because if Reid dies, like, sacrificing himself, I know he's but, like, especially after the scene with Reid talking to the baby, being like, you're going to be much better than me, I'm a terrible person, like, you're going to have to be much, like, I believe in you, you can do really great things, blah blah blah. Like, if he's the one that goes down and the 3 of them are like, oh no, and the baby's like, my dad is dead, and, like, brings the dad back to life, then Reid has also that thing of, like, not only did I die, but, like, my baby's better than me. I'm fucked up.
That is interesting. That is very interesting. You could also have, and I'm not just trying to do various versions of this scene where every member of the team dies.
Yeah. Kill Johnny next. Let's go.
I was going to say, have Johnny make the sacrifice. Give him that. There's a very famous comic panel where Johnny sacrificed himself by going into the negative zone to save all the Fantastic Four. And then in the next movie that the Fantastic Four show up in, which is going to be Doomsday anyway, Franklin is older and just brings Johnny back. Joseph Quinn still gets to be in both movies. And he's not dead, he's just in a different dimension.
I just think the baby shouldn't bring anybody back. Just get them out of there. Like, blow the entire universe up. And because now we just got to show that in a backstory, in an exposition. You know?
And isn't it way cooler if the Fantastic Four come as refugees to a new universe?
And also they've
failed.
Lost. Yeah, they fail. Reid has failed.
Fucking Hulk arriving at the start of Infinity War and being like, Thanos is coming.
Yeah, and you're like, we're fucked.
We're so fucked. Because I think what's going to happen in this, because they don't have the Beyonders, and there's no way they're setting up the Beyonders. I think Doom is going to steal the powers of all the Galactuses in Doomsday / Secret Wars. So if they arrive as Galactus destroyed our world, and then Doom shows up with the power of 4 billion Galactuses,
I mean, it would also work pretty good from the Doom point of view, because if he knows that they failed and he knows that they suck, because in his head he's like, Reid failed, what a fucking idiot, I love this shit. Because when he goes to the mainline universe and they're there and everyone's like, where'd you come from? Like, oh, our planet exploded, we just got out of there in time, blah blah blah, this is our family, and he gets to be like, actually Doom is a big actually guy. Actually, you'll find that Reid was not smart enough to figure out a solution.
Reid let it happen.
Reid let it happen. He's a psychopath. I was smart enough to realise that it was a lost cause. I transported out of there the day before. That's why I'm here.
I'm here to save what I can.
Yeah, I'm here to save your planet.
Reid, okay, so Reid should have said, because they should be losing and they should have to sacrifice the whole world to save their family, and Reid has to say, I'll save what I can. And then, at the end, in Doomsday, when Doom is fucking recreating the battle world, he should say, I saved what I could.
Oh, I mean, none of that's going to happen.
None of that's going to happen at all. It's all going to be a series of cameos. And we're going to watch Professor X die again.
Look, eventually we're going to die. Oh, I can't wait to see how he dies this time. It's going to be so good. Okay, what are the ways he's died? He's died from explosion. He died from getting stabbed in the chest.
Yeah.
What was the other ways he's died? He got his neck broke. He got his neck snapped.
Got an old neck snap. And then
he
he got mind poisoned at one point, but it didn't kill him. He also got stabbed through the chest in Logan.
Yeah, I counted that. So
you counted that, excuse me.
So, exploded into particles, stabbed through the chest, neck broken. What else can happen to the man? Samurai sword?
He's never been drowned, as far as I know.
Just doom. Just drowning Professor X.
Turns out he had an unknown peanut allergy that snuck up on him.
I fed him a sandwich. I think is this... Okay, we're going to finish the review, Sean, and just say, has this movie made you more excited for all of the other Marvel projects that are coming up?
No. And I'm real sorry,
Harsh.
but no. Has it for you?
I wasn't too pushed.
I don't care.
I don't care either way. I like Thunderbolts, and I like this movie. Sean, I started off with, I had fun with it. I mean, it was great.
Fair. I don't know. Are you on Letterboxd at all?
I'm not on it, no.
That's fair. I rated this on Letterboxd. I gave it 2.5 out of 5.
Bit harsh.
Well, I had friends message me and say, Jesus!
That's harsh.
Because they were like, this is right up Sean's alley.
Yeah. I would have said 3.5. I'll give you a whole other star.
Whole other star? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 2.5 stars, and I'll be honest, 1.5 of those is for production design.
I mean, this is the harshest you've ever been for a movie.
And the other one is for Paul Walter Hauser.
I think this mostly just comes from your heartbreak. Just you wanted too much. You believe too much.
I was greedy, which is one of the sins.
And now, Sean, I've always said to you before the Batman movie came out, my mindset was probably going to be shit. Don't think about it. It's probably going to be bad.
A great way to live your life.
And I went in and I went, this isn't bad. This is for me, right? Where I think you went in when you broke the cardinal sin, Sean. You went in with hope. And
I had just come from seeing Superman.
That's a problem. Yeah. Superman, I was expecting that to also be bad. So then I was like, oh, this is good.
This is good. I'm really excited and enjoying this.
Always expect your favourite things to be bad. And then you can never be disappointed.
That is on your gravestone, that's true.
I think that's it for this week's movie review, I suppose.
Yeah, what a week. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, please everyone also message us and tell us how you feel about this movie.
Yes.
Am I right or is Sean right? We have very distinct different views.
Or is the answer somewhere in the middle, as it is with most things?
I think I was in the middle.
Oh, well, it's somewhere in the bottom quarter.
Somewhere on the other side.
So thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We will be back we're back right now with Heroes for Hire Presents Weird News, and we'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero. Big thank you to everyone who supports us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that is in the description. Let's see how long my throat holds out for this. Big shout outs go to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, David Clarke, Dominic, Anna Sharkfoot, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Frost, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine are glad that they released the Luthor Cut. Russ, sorry for not changing my name last week. I was on holiday. Normal service has now resumed, and still fuck Catman Parfit. Jackson Brueheim, Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day, and tipsly subscribe to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, Mikey Chair's #1 fan, has great taste in movies. A bag, a normal bag, definitely not a demon, just a boring ordinary bag. Johnny Ray, Jack Markham, Hunter Havard, the Texas Ironman. Lisa, paralegal extraordinaire for Lawler and Means, mean on the law. Justin, we named the monkey Jack, Bowman. Joe Reid, John NeSmith, Ted Sullivan, Jeff Scroger, Adam O, Charlie Smith, Logan Merriman, and Yinzer Ghost. Thank you all for your support. We really appreciate it. Head on over to patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast if you'd like to support us over there. There's also the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @Heroes for Hire pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Gentleman's Discussion Group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. Blue Sky is Heroes for Hire podcast. I can tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Connor.
I've been Connor Lawler.
I've been Sean Meehan.
Well done. I'll see you next week.
Bye.